Using outposts to generate extra revenue. This presentation, even though it is about outposts, is only brief and highlights some of the advantages and mistakes that I see travelling around the country visiting news agencies. With a little bit of thought and planning, it can be a great revenue stream for bringing extra revenue into the shop outside your four walls. Okay, the advantages of outposting, extra revenue. By outposting, it gives you immediate increases in sales. You don't have to plan or implement changes to the shop. Basically, the minute you've got it set up, the minute the income starts coming in. There are no ongoing costs. Unlike the rent and wages and electricity you're paying on your store, you go out with your outposts. Once you've closed them down, all your external costs cease. It's another way to market outside your four walls. One of the other things is it gives you great exposure to new customers. By outposting in a different part of the shopping centre, you attract new customers that you can tie back to your store. And the other thing is it extends your marketing database. By trying to tie things back to the store, you can also capture extra contacts for your database for marketing later on. Okay, so first of all, in setting it up, you need to do your research. Pick the season or the occasion. By that, I mean seasons you would normally go out with Mother's Day, Father's Day. They're usually popular seasons and you pay a bit extra for the outpost in those times. The other thing is it's a good way to scale up when you're limited to room in your shop by having that extra room in the mall and getting extra traffic flow passing by. One of the big mistakes that I see with people planning outposts is they don't do any planning beforehand. They set up a few tables and basically start putting stock on. They really don't have an idea of what the return's going to be until after the event. And then they say, oh, well, we really didn't make any money, or, you know, we've done pretty well out of it. Again, you've got to find the right location. There's probably 4 areas that you can look at for outposting. One is what we call the dance floor, which is an outpost type situation in the shop. There you've got no extra costs in staff or rent. It just takes up a bit of space in your shop. The other one is on your lease line. Now, lease line, the landlords will normally allow you to probably have a cheaper rent. The advantage there is that you don't have to obviously pay wages for somebody to be manning the outpost. So basically, it can be controlled from the main counter, and it projects out into the thoroughfare a little bit further than what you would have inside the shop. The next would be somewhere else in the shopping centre. By having it somewhere else in the shopping centre, you're going to, you're probably away from the ant trail of customers that would flow through your shop. So that's where you can start to generate a new customer base. The only disadvantage there is that you will have to start paying wages for somebody to man the outpost, and then that your costs go up. Now, if all that fails, the other advantage with outposting is to go into another centre or somewhere else, maybe in the town or your suburb. Basically, you can then target to a totally different market, and again, the whole time you've got to be tying them back into your own shop. Okay, just to go over that with what I was saying, the return on investment, I think basically a lot of people, as I said before, go out with no idea on the return they're going to get. Just simply, if you look at that slide now, If you know that your rent's going to be $1,000 a week and you're out for a couple of weeks and your wages are going to be probably, say, $1,500 a week, costs for the outpost are about $5,000. Now, you want something out of that yourself. If you say, well, I need $1,000 of that myself, your total costs are about $7,000. You then work out what product you're going to go with. You need to then work out what its margin is, or the GP that you're going to make from the product that's out there. And the other thing that you've got to do then is also allow for a residual, because you won't sell down to your last item, so there's probably going to be a 20% residual. In that example, you would need to be purchasing at least $17,000 of product. So you need to be able to commit to that. You work out the sums and then you engage with the centre manager. You then book the outpost and you've got to engage with your suppliers and order it. But that's where you have to commit. The extra benefits that you can get from running outposts, again, it's used to drive new customers back to your store. And it's also a way of moving excess stock. A lot of times you don't want to be seen to be discounting the brand of what your shop sells. So by moving an outpost further away from your shop and discounting a lot of product down, it's not as though you're discounting the brand within your own shop. The other way is it's a good way to introduce new lines. If you're thinking of doing some changes to your shop and you're not quite sure out of the whole range what items you should have, basically you can go out, have the full range, and then basically see what the demographics are, that the things that do sell for you in that area. So then you know that if you're going to move those lines into your shop, which ones you should be taking on. Here, there's a couple of slides, either from the small format or to the centre court. One of them there just shows a couple of tables as an outpost out the front of a shop. Very easy to do. Basically, if it's out the front of the shop, again, you don't have to have staff or wages. The other photo is of golly dollies. Basically, the whole outpost is all based around the golly dollies, and it's a good way to see what the market will be for those in your area. The other format there you'll see is centre court. So basically in a major shopping centre you might do a deal for the centre court area. In this case that's one of our members in Queensland, and they probably turned over in excess of $60,000 for Valentine's Day, and high GP, so that's the other scale you can go to. Maybe a couple of points to remember is if you're in negotiation for a new lease, there's a couple of things you can try, is to say, well look, you know, I'd like to try and negotiate into the lease some outpost for 1 week out before all events. That's before Mother's Day, Father's Day, and try and get that written into your lease so you get those 1 week out for free rent. The other thing that you can do is basically go to the centre manager and do a deal for a longer period. You might say, well, I only want to do 6 months of the year, but you'll find that the rate is only slightly what it would be to just go out for the odd season. So there's huge savings there, and again it would go across the seasons, but in between seasons you've got the chance to try new product and maybe get rid of excess stock in other areas. Okay, so to wrap it all up, basically an outpost will generate revenue for you straight away, and it's something that a lot of people are aware of, but again it's a matter of just committing to it, going and speaking to the landlord, see what deals are available, go and talk to your suppliers, Some of them will even do sale or return on that type of volume. And there's no better time than now. Landlords are really looking to lease extra space in this retail climate. Anyway, good luck with it. Thank you.